Hi, so let's continue. The last time we were building up this web page, and I told that I want to create something like this. And the last thing we were doing was the button. Button is everything is the style is okay, the color, and I would show you how to steal the color from the web pages. So we just right click it and inspect, and then we just go to grab this element selector, okay, and then we go into the project. Actually, just we don't need to go there, like, because we are just going what color, in what element, what color I want to discover. So I come here, I just inspect and then pick this up and choose here. And so I got all the style information here about this button. And you see here, background color, this color, okay? So I can just copy this, okay? And copy it to my project. So background color here, Control V. And so when I go to my project now, the color is supposed to change. Here, you see, this is the project. Let's close the developer tool here, but you can see that there is a blue outline here. This is coming from the bootstrap. So I need to change that too. So I'm just going to write here, button XL, the outline is going to be, or border color. Give this color too. Now you see that the border color is changed. It is also the orangish, this orange color. I put it in this class. I don't like it. It's better to keep everything similar to in the same class. This class is about the color, so I want to keep them here. So it is much nicer and organized in that way. So, but the only problem is it is, I don't like that it is blue when it is clicked, just like in the original page. I want it to be like this. So how we are going to do this, like in the previous the lecture about CSS, we saw that there is a hover effect that I can create. So what I am going to hovering is button dash primary, right? On hover, I want it to be a background color. Let's let's make this background color. I have this color recorded. I'm just going to use this 4B08, I think, 4B08. And background color and the border color. Again, I want it to be border color. Again, the same. Hashtag EE4B08. Okay, and I wanted to get a little bit larger. So border width, when it is hovered, I want it to be 4 pixels. Border width, border W here. 4 pixels. Okay, let's see what's going on in the project. Okay, it looks fine. The text is a little bit like we need to convert it to the uppercase. We saw just with the CSS how to do that. Okay, but how can we do it in Bootstrap? There is a way actually that can be done in the Bootstrap too. So for that, we are going to the index.html. There is a class, okay? There is a class named I think it was text uppercase. What was it? Text uppercase, I think. Yes, something like text dash uppercase. Let's see. Yes, but still it doesn't look exactly the same, isn't it? Okay, maybe we shall put it inside of in HTML a strong tag. Okay, maybe it needs a strong here. I just rub it with the strong. Okay. Let's see now. Okay, it looks fine, except we need the horizontal here. We had the horizontal, and the way to do this is in the CSS file. We are going to, where shall I put after H1? It is top of the button, isn't it? So HR, the horizontal tag is this. Of course, I need to add this to the index.html. After H1, we want a horizontal tag, HR. If you remember, HR was just, it doesn't have a close tag, okay? You can just leave it like that. So in style, we need to, you can see it right now. I'm not sure, no, we cannot see because of the color. So we just need to style it. So I'm gonna give it a border color because we want it to be this orange color, border color. It is hashtag F, this one, I think, yes. And I want it to be a little bit thick, border width is, I want it to be thicker than 1 pixel, like 3 pixels. Let's go. See, it's here, but we don't want it to cover all the way. We want it just here. So the way to control this is to use the maximum width. Okay. So I'm going to use max width. I think the value I gave was 50 pixels. Let's see. Just make it smaller. No, I have a typo mistake here. Okay, no, it is a little bit larger than that, 65. Let's give 65. Okay, everything is fine. The styles are okay, but we need to position this, okay? And the way to do this, I just mentioned in the bootstrap, like it uses layout, right? So there we spoke about how to create layout, and I told that it is essential to cover everything inside of a container. So let's do this. Let's go to the index.html, and those are our elements like H1, HR, and the button. Let's wrap all this system, okay, into a container div. Let's cut this here because we want to put it inside. Okay, let's see. Something is changed. Yes, now it is nicely wrapped and stuff, but it is still not positioned. And how to position that? First of all, like we got to understand creating a layout takes time. Don't think that if you cannot see it right now, if it is not coming to you, you are bad, or it just takes time and the practice, and it will just come like this. So we have here, it looks like a system, okay, that what we want to do is to center it, kind of, all those things. You see that it is in the middle of the web page. Okay, so all those looks like that they are moving together. So they are wrapped up with the same wrapped inside of the same element, it looks like, right? So what can it be according to now? There are different ways of doing that, but right now we are thinking about in the system of bootstrap. Okay, bootstrap is basically the way to control the layout is the rows and columns. Okay, it looks like to me this one big system is inside of a row. We have one big row here, okay? All of them has to go inside of a row. So let's do that. We first think and then we code. Okay, I put my container, which was essential to create the layout, and now I create my row and put everything inside of this row. Because why? Bootstrap was made of rows that is made of columns, 12 piece of columns, okay? So let's do this. Okay, now we can put this H1 inside of the, if we think in the case of HTML5, we have meaningful tags. So I can control the H1, let's say inside of the header tag, okay? I can take this inside of the header tag. And other ones, the HR and the button can go into a section, okay? Section tag. Let's put them inside of a section. Okay. Now I got my header, I got my section. You will understand why I have done this like this, okay? Now, I see here, this is centered. Okay, so now all of them are centered, okay? How to center them? Now, the way of doing that, again, I am thinking on Bootstrap. There is a class since the Bootstrap is made up of classes, ready classes that I need to figure it out which one I have to use in my project. Here, I see that my need right now, I need to center this. There is a class named text center, okay? So I do this class. Actually, okay. Let's put it here, okay. So here I have the header. I add to header class, okay, text center. Text center is here because I already have the Bootstrap, it is coming. See, now it is centered. Now I want to do the same thing and if you notice this centering is horizontal centering, okay? I am not speaking about vertical centering right now. When you think about in the terms of centering of a web page, you have to think it in X direction and Y direction, okay? Horizontal and vertical. Right now, I am trying to center my elements in horizontal line. And the text center is the way to control it, okay, in Bootstrap. Now I did kind of a centering here. Let's see. Okay, now I go to the other elements, which is this line here, HR and the button. I want to center this two too. And this two is inside of the section. I go and add there the same thinking. Okay, I write the text center. Boom, it's not working. Why it is not working? Okay, what can be the reason? As a developer, you have to think in the terms of the developer tool. You have to be able to bug your own mistakes, okay? I try to center this. I managed to center this, but I couldn't center it. What can be the reason? So I right click to my page. I did inspect, okay? I pick up this, actually, I'm just gonna go from here. In the header, I am in the header section. Okay, it looks like centered. And I go to the section, okay. The problem here is you see this inside of the section div, there is no space, like it is just covering that much. It is not, it has no space in the left and right to center. See, it is just covering its own box, okay? So to be able to take center to work, this box has to cover the entire space here. Otherwise, you cannot center it. So the way to do that in Bootstrap, what we have, the column, you have to give it a size of the way to tell in Bootstrap terms, I want you to cover from left to right, entire space is to write there column 12. Because at the moment we are not telling this element, the box that element is inside of it, how much space it should cover. So it just cover the size of the elements it has. It is in the size of the button, okay? It is in the size of the button. But I want it to be covering all the space in the X direction, so it can put in the middle of this space the element it has, the button and HR. Okay, so it looks like this is the problem. So I go to my code, and I speak with my code, okay? I am telling it column dash 12. Now see, the magic is here. If you know what you are doing, you never stuck, okay? That's why you have to know what is it for. Like you have to go deeper and what to understand, try to grab the beyond of the definitions. Everybody thinks when they put a button there or some kind of a text, they know the design. They think that they know CSS, but the CSS and when it comes to the Bootstrap, it is very much layered. Like there is a lot to learn. It is never done. So if we look right now, okay, we go to the section. See, I told Bootstrap, you see this blue here? It is covering them left to right all the space because I told it to do so. I told it to cover all the 12 of the row, okay? So now it is in the center of this 12. In the text, I didn't have problem because the size of the text, okay, it was already covering the entire box. So I didn't need to specify, but it worked, but it is wrong. So I have to say column 12 there too, okay? It doesn't mean sometimes the things work, but it doesn't mean that they are right. And this can create a problem, okay? See, it is much better centered now. If I didn't know that, I could think that, oh, I already centered, this is centered, what is going on? What am I doing wrong, you know? Okay, so what else? We shall go to the main page that we are trying to copy, okay? We see that, okay, the horizontal alignment is okay, but what about vertical? Those things are vertically aligned as well, okay? Vertically centered too. And how the Bootstrap is deal with that was very, very complicated. Like when the first they created it, it was vertical alignment. You can go and read on the vertical the vertical alignment on Bootstrap in the Bootstrap page. I'm just going to show the last and the newest and technology that the Bootstrap is using. And so this is, you know, very practical and easy. And also what I talked to you in the previous lecture, it is the alignment of what I talked to you in the previous lecture. If you remember, we spoke about flexbox, right? So Bootstrap found a way to implement it into its own framework, okay? Right now, Bootstrap is using the flexbox. So the way to use the flexbox here, again, in Bootstrap, everything works in CSS classes. You just need to include the name of the class into your HTML file, okay, into your HTML. So you just go to the Bootstrap page, okay? You can read all about Flex here, how they implement and etc. But I just going to see the responsive variations also exist with the flex, you know, the name of the classes, those are, if there is a dot in front, it's the name of the, so it says to you, just use the, if you want to use the, bring the specification of the flexbox to your web page, in the Bootstrap, you can use the name of this class d-flex, okay? I just go to my HTML. And what I want to do, I want to control my elements in the vertical direction. I want to align them in the vertical direction. This is my purpose. And for that, I want to use Flexbox tool inside of the Bootstrap. The way to do that, to grab the name of the Flexbox, d-flex, and edit which box I want to make responsive with the Flexbox is the container, okay? Because all of my system is inside of the container. So I add here d-flex, okay? That was the name. And let's go. Okay, it's okay. It doesn't change anything, but okay, with the Flexbox is here. Okay, we call the Flexbox. Now I need to use the Flexbox property to control the elements in the vertical direction. If you go there again, you will see that when you call the Flexbox, here, see flex column. This is flex columns. It is all written here, how to get it. See the justify content. Justify content was controlling element in what direction? X direction. I show you how to control the direction of the elements in the X direction with the bootstrap. We don't need to use that. We could have used the Flexbox as well for the X, but we already done with that, okay? So justify content, align items. If you remember, in the Flexbox, the way to control the elements in the vertical direction was align items, okay? So how to call the align item, what class I have to use, what class name I have to use. I am in Bootstrap. Okay, for centering the items, you have to use this class name here, align-items-center, okay? You just go there. And I want you to see that. So I want to make the screen smaller. I hope I will buy myself some few screens and so I can go. So here, okay, where is the class names? Link, div class role. Okay, here. Here I just add the name. But again, nothing happens. Why? Why nothing happens? See, I couldn't align the items. Okay, as a developer, it is I need to go to the developer tool and see what's going on. And the way to see that, I just go and see the container. As you see, just the previous same problem, okay? See the size of the container in the Y direction. It is not covering the entire page. So it is already in the center, but it is in the center of its own container. But the problem is the container is not covering all the direction from up to down. So I have to fix that, okay? Again, there is a lot of ways to do that. But since we're in Bootstrap, the way to increase the size of the container, to speak in the terms of a Bootstrap, is to put h-100 class name to the class that you want to make the 100% of its height, okay? It is like saying like in the CSS, height 2 height equal to 100 VH, viewport height, okay? The way you do it with the Bootstrap is h-100 class. Now see this. See, it's in the middle. Let's see again with the developer tool. I want you to see that how we increase the size of the container, okay? Let's make it smaller so we can see it better. You see it's already all the way down. Here, all the way down. So the main thing is just to think, you are never stuck if you really think what you are doing. Okay, like a lot of people, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this. Just they don't know how to work. The Google has all the answers. To be able to ask the best question, you just need to think. That's it. In the terms of what you are doing. When you are doing Bootstrap, you cannot think like you are doing CSS, okay? Because it is CSS, but the rules are different there. the way it works is different, okay? You work with classes. You need to know what class is doing what. We are still not done, by the way. If you see it here, this find out more button is here. Yes, it is vertically centered. I am happy with this, but I need a little bit this to come down. How can I do this again? There are many ways. We can use CSS tools, but we are in Bootstrap. What can I do in Bootstrap? What people do, okay? It looks like I need some kind of this, you know, a margin here, like on top of this HR, between the HR and this H1 here, okay? I need some kind of a margin. The way to create it in Bootstrap is this. We just go wherever we want to create a margin. In this case, I told you that I need to create this margin between the header in this case, right? In section, we are creating a new div, okay? And let's call this, give it a class name, buffer. Okay, it's a buffer. Dot div and enter. I have my system here, okay? And according to, you know, I have the buffer here, I have the buffer class. And if I gave here column 12, which means that I want you to cover all the way from left to right. I want this div to be size. I am expecting that there will be some changing here, but you see no change, right? Why is that? Because there is nothing inside of this div. There is nothing here. Okay, it is empty. If you go to the, again, developer tools, okay, inspect here, you will see the div, but let's go. Where is the div inside of the role? Let's go here, buffer. You don't see, when you click it, you can't see anything there because there is nothing inside of it. It's zero. The width is zero, okay? So what I need to do is with the CSS, okay, if I want to create something, it is go to the style.css and under the HR, it's under the HR I make, okay, under the H1, it is nicer to go in, you know. So I take the buffer class and I give something, some kind of a, you know, height there. Excuse me, before I said width, height, it doesn't have any height. It has a zero height. It has a width of 1140. It is supposed to be. This is the, yeah, this is the thing, but it doesn't have any height, so I can't see it here. So I'm gonna give it a height, okay? Let's give it a height of 100 pixel, for example. See, it went a little bit down. I think since we are working with REM, I think I gave it like a 10 REM, right? That's it. That's how we are giving a margin. You can call it like a margin, you know, with bootstrap to the between the elements when we want some space. I think we succeeded kind of, you know, let's close here, the developer tool, succeed the reproduce of this web page that start, I think yeah, more or less. So that's it for today, friends. I mean, if you will have questions, please ask me. Next, you know where to find me and you can ask your questions. And next lecture, I will post you what are we going to do, what is the plan for the next lecture, and the homework is going to follow. Kevin, I went over your robot homework. You have a few things that I want to correct. I will speak about you later, okay? Today or tomorrow I send you an email. So that's it. If you have any questions, please ask now. You can ask now, you can ask later. So thank you for attending and listening and for everything. So I'm ending the lecture. Shall I? Everybody is there. Still there?
Yes.
Okay. So have a great day and see you next time. Okay? Bye-bye.
Sure.